Hello YouTube, my name is Tasty and I'll be bringing you another recipe today, but as always, don't listen to people on the internet. Do your own research before you do any of this. Today is pineapple trip. As you can see here on the screen, this is what I will be bringing you today. It's a passion project of mine. It's one of our summertime treats that we have here in my hometown. Before getting started though, if you do like this video, please hit the like button to support the channel, and as always, smash that subscribe button to stay up to date on everything I'll be bringing you today or in the future for Vape and Play. Also, dropping the giveaway down to 50 likes on any of the videos, and then I'll be putting a link in the description to the product that we'll be doing. It's a starter kit from Liquid Barn. If you do have any questions, go ahead and leave those down in the comments or anywhere else that you find this video. Outside of that, if you do have any questions, you can hit me up on Twitter. And without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. We're going to be making pineapple trip. It's an homage to a rainbow sherbet type flavor that we only have in this town here that I live in. They only bring it out during summertime, so this is my way of having it all year round. And we're going to start off with, with some cream here from Liquid Barn. And now it's going to be 2.4 milliliters of juice, whereas rainbow sherbet is going to be 6 milliliters of juice, just to give you a little bit of a flavor difference. And then we have 6.6 of the pineapple. And then right in the smack dab in that middle there, we've got our 41.55 milliliters of juice. It is a little bit bigger, and I do apologize. It's 41.25, sorry. And then we're going to be putting in 3.75 milliliters of nicotine after that. So let's go ahead and start making. What we see here, we're going to go start with this cream. Like I do with every time, we like to just give a little shake. And now, since I'm using these lids, they do tend to leave a lot more flavoring after you shake them. So I'm going to go ahead and just put the cap over here just to make it a little bit easier on cleanup. And as you guys can tell, I'm all about cleanup, making it easier in the long run for you, because I'm a lazy motherfucker and I don't like to clean up a whole lot. Like I said, putting 2.4 in this bad boy. Let's go ahead, let's do that up and down trick. And if you haven't seen it before, I go up once, then down, then up again, just to clear out all the little bubbles that you can get in there when you're sucking this up. And that's what she said. Now, with putting this down to 2.4, gonna go ahead and spray that in there. Alrighty, throw that one aside. And like always, we want to do a little bit of cleanup here. Just wiping the top off so that way we get that flavoring off of there so it doesn't spill all over the bottle. So as you can see, this bottle is a little bit discolored, and that's because it's got that big line of juice going down the front of it. I shouldn't say juice, flavoring, whatever, semantics. And shake it up like we do all the time. We're gonna go ahead and release the Kraken on that one. The pineapple, like fruit flavors, I don't know what it is, but they are strong. Don't get me wrong, it's a good smell, but it's a strong smell. Now, we're gonna have to do this twice here. So we're gonna get our first one rung up and in. And since we already did the up and down trick, you don't have to do it again on the second one, but you do want to do it on the first one so you don't have to worry about that. Throw that bad boy aside. Put the lid back on this one. Alright, so we're going to be getting into the rainbow sherbet next, and that one's going to be, actually, this is supposed to have 0.6 more. What am I doing? Crazy. We'll go ahead.
Pop this bad boy back full. Throw it down. There we go. All mixed up and ready to go. So, now we got that. Like I said, we're onto this rainbow sherbet. Now, I'm just shaking them for you guys, but I do shake them beforehand too. So if you see me not shake one, don't worry. I do shake them before they come on this table. And let's go ahead. It's not a whole lot, so sometimes you got to tip the bottle down just a little bit just to get it in there. Once you do, boy, she's gonna love it. And we just need 6. So we got our 2 out of the 3 milliliters. Throw that little bad boy aside. It's already wiped that off. Just good to go with throwing the cap on. Now that we've got our flavoring in the mix, let's go ahead and do that nicotine here. And like I said, that's going to be 3.75. And the way that you know that you've got 3 nicotine in most of your juices is that it's going to be the same measurement every time you do it. Because if you're working with milligrams versus milliliters, it is a little bit different in the way that it's got to get the same amount of milligrams in there every single time in order to make it the same consistency. So that's why you'll see a lot of them. If you make a 60 milliliter bottle, it's most likely going to be 3.75 if you're wanting a 3 nic out of it. And that is with this particular one. You need to make sure that you're doing the right measurements for the nicotine level that you have in each bottle. Mine's at 44 or 48 milligrams. I have seen them at 100, seen them at 75, seen them at 80. So you want to make sure that you're doing the correct measurements for your particular bottle of nicotine. And I'm going to go ahead and go up and down. And up one more. Didn't go all the way. And now we need 7.5. Now that's where it gets a little bit trickier because it doesn't really have like a 0.05 on these. So you just kind of have to get it in between. It's okay if you're not exact. I mean, you're most likely just going to be making for you. So it's okay if you don't get it the exact measurement. If you get it within 1 or 2 of a 0.01, that's going to be fine. Even if you get it at a 0.8, it's not going to be too terribly over strong with nicotine. It's just going to be a little bit stronger than you're normally used to. So now that we've gotten everything mixed in there, going to get this mixing tool down in there, and as you can see, it's going to mix a little bit better than if you did it at a smaller ratio, just because you can get this up and down motion in there. Let's see if I can get that on there, but yeah, you can get this up and down motion where it just goes up and down and kind of swirls around there. As it swirls, you can actually see, when you're making it, you can see the actual bubbles swirling around. It's kind of cool. Let me see if I can get a nice shot of them bubbles. And then when you feel like it's enough, 30 seconds to a minute really is what I do it. You can do it longer, you can do it shorter, it's up to you. As long as you let it steep for a certain amount of time to let it fully mix in there with it. Now that you've got it mixed, you just hold this up there, give it a count of 10, and then I'm done. And you can see, there's nothing left on there, no drip, nothing like that, and that's why I do it. We'll set that aside. Now we're ready to put this bad boy in there. Now this is going to take a little bit longer than you guys probably want to sit through. So if you want to fast forward, I'll put a time stamp right there. to the point in time of where you can get past all my bullshit and putting the fucking juice in here. So let's go ahead. You can see the level of concentration on his face as he pours the liquid into the bottle. Ah, fuck. See, that's one thing you gotta watch out for. You're gonna get air bubbles in there. And when that happens, it just kind of gets juice everywhere. Great news is this is fucking cheap to make. So, I'm not too terribly butthurt or anything, but it does make for a little bit more of a stickier cleanup than I would have anticipated or hoped for. So, alright, just clean that bottle up. Clean the bottle up, clean the bottle up. We'll do it just a little bit slower here. See if we can get it going again. A little bit higher and higher. Success. Now, when I make a 60 milliliter bottle of it like this, it's usually for personal consumption. Like, I'm going to make this is going to be a 2-week bottle of juice for me that I can go through. I know I'm go through about 30 milliliters a week. So I make a 60 milliliter bottle, stretch that bad boy out, and I only have to make juice once or twice a week there, fellas. And once we have this all made, you can see from me spilling it, I lost a little bit, obviously. But that's okay. Might have just squashed like a half a day. Which still isn't that bad. Still pretty long, lengthy time to go with the same juice there. And cap that bad boy off. As always, we're going to put this in the closet to steep for 3 days, and we'll be back with that actual taste there.
It's been 3 days, and remember, you can do it longer than 3 days if you like, or shorter. It doesn't really matter. Just the taste is going to vary depending on what day you do the steeping on. But now that it's been 3 days and this thing is steeped there, we've got our Mr. Al RDA on top of there here. And I'm going to go ahead, take a couple puffs, tell you guys what it tastes like. Yeah, takes me back to summertime every time that I taste that flavor. When you get that nice rainbow sherbet with pineapple right on top of it, it sounds very strange, but those are the flavors I like. 2 flavors that probably shouldn't go together but do work somehow. And that's what this pineapple trip flavor is all about. It does what it's supposed to. It tastes like rainbow sherbet and pineapple, but it also has a little bit of whipped cream because the place that serves the stuff, it's like a whipped pineapple sherbet that they have, and it's awesome, and I love it. And it's nice that I get to take it around with me, even in the winter time like it is right now, and still have that here. Yeah, that's a good one. Well, if you guys liked the video, go ahead and hit that like button. Keep up to date by hitting that subscribe button. Twitter down below, Facebook down below. Any questions, leave those in the comments. As always, keep juicing.